Wasn't tactical with the deployment.
We had the surgeons rush the field.
Lost the fucking whole balance. Like, ooh, having the time of my life.
It's like, I like bet on the games and I post about it. Are you good at it?
Yeah.
No.
So help me understand how you're making a living on this. Deshaun Watson.
Nikki, no. This is her laid out.
They gave her the most accurate dunk.
Welcome back to another episode of the Seein pod. Kanye got dome on a boat. Well, let's start. How's everyone's day yesterday? I feel like that was a rough way to jump in.
All right.
How's everyone's day
It's gonna
yesterday?
be fun.
You're coming off one of your biggest wins.
Big week for the kid. First time in what feels like forever.
So explain what happened, because I don't know if you have ever had a day like you had.
So I woke up and placed 4 wagers. And it wasn't like I was tactical with it or anything. It was literally 2 6-leggers.
I'm sorry. I just love how he describes his betting like he's
Getting
an
tactical.
actual, like, military man.
I said it wasn't tactical.
No, I know, but the way that you use like these words makes it seem like you're like in a field of battle. You're like, I deployed my units across 4 bets. I wasn't tactical with the deployment.
We had the surgeons rush the field.
Sorry, okay, so you played 4 bets.
I was like, fuck it, surge 6. You know, I'm itching for football, so I make a surge 6 of all MLB plays, and then I placed a parlay crafted from Stream, which was like 4 legs plus 1,000, and then someone else gave me a 6-legger, so I was like, fuck it, I'll throw a unit on that. It's pretty close to the surgical 6, but it had the Rangers in there, which I didn't have, so I just put them in there, and then had a 2-team late night Bezos pack that I just put $500 on. Had 4 parlays, did not expect them to all fucking win.
Insane.
But it was a day where almost all the favorites in the MLB won. And
what was the record? It was like 12-3 favorites won?
Yeah, 12-3, and the other 3 that won were like plus 105, so they were like fake underdogs. But it was just an absurd day. Public Monday, this was probably the biggest Public Monday I've ever seen.
Yeah.
$7,500 wagering $500.
No
Damn.
way.
Crazy. Like the screenshot's wild, bro. It's just all W's.
Imagine you finally get Booker with Trent on your book. You're like, man, dude, I'm about to literally pay for a wedding ring.
Yeah.
And the second weekend
Stains you.
of baseball, he hit you for 7 rounds.
Stains you.
Stained,
And
bro.
like
Wow.
Trent is the type of bettor who's afraid of like the plus sign. So like a Public Monday where dogs don't eat is like a nightmare.
A nightmare.
Nightmare scenario.
Bookie was like, bro, my friends told me I'd be hyped by having Booker with Trent on here. What the fuck's going on, man? I'm like, dude,
Just
yeah,
wait.
you're fucked. Just wait.
Did you text him? Or did
Yeah.
you text what did you say?
No, I actually texted him. I said, I'm sorry that you're a victim of my craziest betting day of all time. And he didn't even realize it. And he goes, bro, holy shit, man. Is there any way you can, because I still like owed him for last week. It was like a rack. He's like, any way you can send me that rack? And I'm like, just roll it over to next week, bro. Take it off my balance.
No, dude, we're not rolling over. You need to take some money.
Wait,
No, dude,
you
I'm-
can take the rack away from what Trent
Yeah.
won. So
Oh,
if Trent's up 8K, he'd only owe Trent 7K.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah.
Okay.
Add it to the
'cause
tab.
I had such a brutal past 2 weeks betting baseball, so this was it was a long time coming, and hopefully inspires others to just keep pushing, man. Your day's coming.
Dude, it was the day of reckoning, actually. I thought the world might end. When I opened my Twitter and I saw Trent post a slip of 4 parlays hitting with all greens, I literally was like, I had to open my window. Because
What's going on?
I honestly forget what it's like to make coin, man, and it feels so good.
I haven't made coin in a long time.
I'm
Baseball's
itching.
been-
That's what I say.
I'm
baseball.
itching. Once you have units in the account, though, it's like, damn, okay, now I want to just keep getting this up. So let's be smart. Let's take some straight bets.
I was about to say straights, maybe lowering the units a little bit because you're throwing 300 on like 5, 6, 7 teamers, Trent. We got to chill.
We gotta
with
be better
bro.
than that.
We got to be.
I mean, he'll throw $500 on the Doosan Bears. That's where we mess up.
Shit. Green's green, though. I don't
Sounds
care
pretty
if it's
good, though.
Deuce and Bears.
We got to
I don't-
be smart with our troops, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When you're looking at the front line, I'm just kidding. I was like on a whole military thing. Where were you when it all was hitting?
Where was I? I was live streaming, and I honestly I didn't even realize
You're playing
that
Fort.
all of this was on the table.
Tell me you were playing Silly Fort.
I was playing Silly Forts.
Dude.
It's always a Silly
played.
Fort, man.
I played.
No way.
Caught a dub.
So for anyone that's listening, if you haven't tapped in, Trent does this thing called Night Sweats on the Book It Sports Twitch channel, and recently we've been playing Fortnite on it, and the narrative has been the Silly Forts always help the bets. Like whenever some bet is going wrong, we play like Silly Fort, and somehow it always turns the bet like up. Would you like where would you put Silly Fort and 5 parlays hitting at the same time? Like would that be in your like top 3 places like to have won a bet?
Well, dude, that's the thing about the Silly Forts is that it somehow, some way enhances the betting experience when you're dropping in Loot Lodge or whatever.
When you drop trout to Scary Islands and you got 4 lays live,
dude, it was so nuts. So we weren't playing Silly Forts. Dodgers money line was in every parlay that day, all 4. I didn't even fucking realize that either. I wish I didn't quadruple down on the Dodgers. And they're losing, of course. It's like 3 to 4 D-backs. And I'm sitting there on stream in absolute whale piss, just drowning because I know the Dodgers are about to sell this shit. And I'm like, dude, we got to turn on Silly Forts. Turn it on. Freddie gag, Muncie gag, fucking.
they know.
They know.
They
dude.
know,
They
dude.
know.
The minute you start dropping trout, they know.
And I got tucked. Dude, we were sweating this under the other day that was in one of the lays. And in the Brewers game, remember that under, bro?
Cubs, Brew Crew.
We have under 8, 5 runs in the first inning. And it just went ghost mode the rest of the game. Not a single run.
Wow.
It was
Won me
great.
some
It was just one of
good.
those days. Everything was going our way.
Sounds
Yeah,
like
that
my
was
worst
so
nightmare. Where's like the best place you guys would want to bet? I would assume like being on your own stream is probably top 1.
I mean, the best place I've won a bet by far has to be Circus Sportsbook. And I just so happened to have my craziest betting day at Circus Sportsbook. I won like 40 racks on Prize Picks in one day. And
man.
there's nowhere else I'd rather be than at the fucking Circle Pool.
In your little cabana.
Yeah, and a cabana, you got
Circus Swim.
vodka lemonades, yeah. Circus Swim.
We
Blacked.
talked about it before on the pod, but like, was the music really loud?
Dude, that's one
It's the
thing.
only thing. The only
Doesn't
thing.
matter if it's Friday night or Wednesday morning. You're going to hear Pitbull on full blast. Dude, it's so fucking annoying.
Dude, there's literally nothing worse because we went there for March Madness when you're like watching your bet hit and it's like losing. And you just hear, we could be heroes.
It's like I just want to hear some sneakers squeaking. Dude,
yeah,
like,
And you hear the announcer be like, they just didn't show up for this game and said you got fucking
You
like
got fucking.
Avicii levels.
It was who was the 1 seed that got knocked out this year by the 16 seed?
Purdue?
Purdue, and they got knocked out by Fairleigh Dickens.
FD.
Yeah, no.
Dude, and in the background, you're just like, we could be here. And just like, what the fuck? And everyone's like, Purdue ripping up their minus 21 and a half ticket.
Everyone's like,
It's
yeah,
like-
big screen, like,
Lost the fucking whole bow, and it's like, ooh, having the time of my life. I'm
I
like,
fucking
shut
hate
the
singing.
fuck
fucking
up.
just way too drunk in the pool, just like going crazy, and you're just like, can you stop, man? Fucking losing units over here.
Yeah, worst place to lose a bet has to be Circa. Best place to win a bet
Has to be
Because then you
Circa.
can start dancing. It's like,
Yeah,
just,
yeah.
blend into one another.
It's like, wow, I'm already
I
at the
remember
club.
you like hit a lap when you won the 20K. I think
Yes,
that's
yes.
nuts.
You
I
hit a
was-
lap?
Oh, I
You
was,
hit a lap around the whole thing.
I
No
was
running in the
running
pool,
around.
sir.
Yeah, no running.
He was running around him.
Lifeguard,
Lifeguard's
yeah,
chasing him.
he yelled at me.
no way.
Yeah.
It's like, hey,
No running. It's like, sir, the lay just hit. You're good, man. You're good.
what was that?
By all means.
LC, what about
Where's
your
the best
career?
place you've ever
So
won a
like
bet?
for me, it's kind of with the worst place to lose at the game, obviously. But I also think that's the best place to win.
Yeah.
Because it's just like I enjoyed the game. My bets won. Good day. Good day.
In the
so that's it
environment?
for me. It's the environment. Yeah. It's
Seeing
just like
the
such a
players.
W because like like if you're doing a same game parlay too or whatever, it's like dang, like really accomplished something today.
Got a Modelo, probably.
Yeah. You're just like let me get a little hot dog.
Oh, I
Call
like
it a
it.
day.
The only thing I'll say about at the game is I feel, especially when I have money on the game that I'm at, I'm more so relieved than happy when it hits. If that
Okay.
makes sense.
No, for sure.
Because now I'm there. Like I spent money to go to the game,
Yeah.
and I have money on them.
Yeah.
And then they win if my bet hits. Like I remember at the Mets game, everything was hitting, and all I felt was like,
That makes sense.
you know what I mean? But like I get like people that get up for it. No, I like it though.
I'd say my favorite place to win a bet would probably be on a date or just out to dinner with the fam. because
That's your top one.
that's my number one.
Okay.
I know you can relate, Trent, specifically because there was a video of you hitting, I think, the Super Goats after your 1 year anniversary with your girlfriend. So that's, I kind of resonate with that because imagine you pay for dinner, you go out to a nice dinner, you come back in your car, you check to see if the lay hits. Oh, what do you know? 3 green check marks. The lay hit. Splooge alert. I'm about to get topped off when we get back, and I just hit a 3-teamer.
Oh man.
That's exactly what
That's
happened to me.
literally how it works. Wait, what? Wait,
Whoa. I meant the lay, dude.
What did he just say?
I was like, shout out. What was his name? Hunter Brown.
Yeah.
Hunter Brown.
I didn't even realize that he just said that.
I couldn't disagree with both of you more.
What?
Well, I got confused because like you said like family and a day, and then you're like topped off at the end. I was like, the one, right? One of those.
Second cousin, we good.
Which one? What?
Second cousin, we're good.
No.
Second cousin.
I don't think so. I think it's actually like third, fourth is when it's like. Not that I would
Agree
know.
or disagree?
Oh man.
I couldn't disagree more.
Wait, why?
I feel like when I'm with like a significant other or on my family, I can't like let my freak gambling flag
No, I'm saying
fly as high
after.
as I want it to fly.
It's fair.
Mine would be like, and it's very niche and specific. I love placing a bet at the pregame with my buddies, and then when we're out at the bars, because you can't really watch it, like you got to be checking the scores, and like one buddy might be talking to a girl, the other one's like hanging out with you drinking, the other one's like doing shots with like your other buddies, but you all have like the lay locked in at the pregame, and you like the vibes are so high when you placed it, and then when it hits while you're out, it's like it's
such a
literally like
vibe.
the locker room, like you're just like chest bumping,
Yeah.
fucking dapping, you're like, I fucking told you.
You got like the champagne. You're just,
Yeah, like someone was doubting the whole time. Like, I fucking told you the Dodgers were gonna come through. That would be like mine, just like for the roller coaster of like the evening as well, and then you like start spending money that you don't have because it's in your book account. But you feel like you think it's in your bank account, but it's not.
so far from it.
Random side note, but when I was in Seattle visiting my girlfriend's family, we were watching the Navy Notre Dame game, and it's 42-0, right? And her mom was like, "Oh, you mind if I like put on the Mariners game?" I'm like, "No, no, don't do it,
She thought she was doing you like a favor.
because I need the fucking under."
Everyone else a little bored of the Notre Dame game? Maybe put
like-
on our Mariners.
And Navy's just
Your
driving.
hand off the remote.
Live totals at 49.5.
Yeah, we can can we just keep it on for one more quarter because they can't score 54 points. The Trent's girlfriend's there was like, "Did you stop,
Dude,
Stop."
The worst is explaining to family or family friends what my job is.
Dude.
It's
Oh,
the
100%.
fucking worst.
Dude.
Es-
And it never gets easier.
It never gets easier, especially to like dads, you know, like say I'm meeting someone's dad or some shit, family friend, like, "Oh, what do you do?" Where do I even begin?
Dude, it happened at my wedding, and my
Gamble.
buddy looks at me and he goes, "I can't wait to hear you answer this one." It happened at a wedding I was at, like someone that has no idea who I am or like what I do. Is like an older person, and they were like meeting all of us for the first time, and she was like, "So what do you do?" Because she went around like the circle, and then my buddy was like, "I can't fucking wait for you to do this." And I was like, "I do sports betting, social media." That's what I always say.
That's a good answer.
And then they're always like, "What?" It's like,
I
"Yeah, I
gamble.
like bet on the games and I post about it." I'm like, "Oh, like, are you good at it?" Or like,
Yeah.
No.
That's the
so how
tough
do you
question.
make money?
Exactly.
So help me understand how you're making a living on this. Shit.
All right, Uncle Joe.
And there's a,
Promo code SeatGeek.
there's this drink. It's called Sprig. No, I'm just kidding. But, speaking of how to make money, there's actually a elimination tournament. What would you call it? Elimination tournament that we're sponsoring.
Survivor Pool, yes.
Shout out the Survivor Pool. If you join the Survivor Pool, it's on BetSperts. You get a chance to possibly go to, well, if you win, you go to the Super Bowl. You also get to compete against the people on this pod. And for a lot of you listening, I know a lot of you think you're better than us at everything that we do. So
I already have my first pick locked in for week 1. If we want to, just real quick, it's the Ravens against the Texans. The Ravens aren't losing week 1 of the Texans.
Wow.
So if you guys want to tail that, tail that.
Let's timestamp that.
That's just like the easy way. That's the coward's way out.
It's week 1. I'd love to see week 2.
I'm going Jets.
See,
wanna
that's
start
just
it
like
hot.
no, dude, because you
That's
want to take
so
them later in the year, no? They're going 18-0. You can just pick them whenever. You don't.
Yeah,
need
so I'll just start with game 1. Get it out of the way.
Okay.
I feel you on wanting to see game 2 or week 2. Though.
I just need to see week 2, man.
Dude, whatever you do, some advice: don't fucking miss a week. Because I made it to week 6, 7 last year, and then just fucking forgot, and then you lose. Yeah,
You can like literally set your picks like so far in advance. You could literally do every week. Right now.
No, but just don't forget.
Do that on ours?
Yeah.
Survivor Pool. Make sure you guys go check it out. Sponsored by us. We're in it. It's on BetSperts. Make sure you guys go check it out. But yeah, speaking of football and picking games, there's 3 college football games that are pretty big on this weekend. I know Chili and Trent, you guys aren't like the biggest college football guys, but
Not big college football guys, but we love betting on it and sweating it out. So I'd love to I got to give my props to Mikey and Lauren. They've been in the lab this summer doing their research on college football, and I'm just here to tail all the milk.
the minute, well, I mean, you can't speak to it because you actually are shitting green gobs.
That's all she does. Dude.
The minute I start, and it happens every summer, the minute I start losing religiously on baseball, I'd like need something to distract my time, and college football is always the next sport. So I always know way too much by like week 1 because there's nothing else I do during the weekday because I'm not betting on baseball.
Yeah.
You're shitting green gobs, but like that's why I'm so tapped.
Dude, there's so many fucking games on Saturday. It's
Yeah.
overwhelming.
No, it gets
But
get
I-
horny for it.
For you though, I feel like that's a good place to be because I'm like so distracted by baseball right now. Normally I'm so ready for college football, but it's like I haven't even really been looking that much into college football because I'm so dialed on MLB. So I'm like, I kind of feel like I'm behind in a way. You know?
I think you
Like I know, like obviously, like I know ball, I know college football, but like
didn't you do your research a little bit earlier though? Like when
I
you
did.
weren't red hot.
yeah, like I definitely like have caught up on all the transfers, especially the transfer portal is just so crazy now. But I don't know, like it's just never been to where like I'm actually excited to bet MLB, but like the girl's just not missing.
I know.
Yeah.
She's
The
shitting
girl's not
gobs.
missing.
Shitting
respect
gobs. Shitting gobs.
It's wild.
But going to the TCU game, man.
We
I'm
are.
so hyped to have morning tailgates back. Just the fall vibes.
Ubers are here at 6:45
Uber's
a.m.
coming
ladies and
6
gentlemen.
I can't wait to hear the
6:45.
band playing. That's what it is. Like that's
Yeah.
why I'm like, oh, it's back.
Yeah.
And I gotta say, I didn't go to a football school, so I never got that experience. And basketball games are never played early. But I just wish, like, if there's one thing I would go back and do again, it was go to a football school to be able to have like a noon kickoff game, like getting up with all your buddies. I'm sure you guys are up at like 7:30, just
Kegs
cracking
and eggs.
dawn, dude. Yeah, like fuck. But yeah, TCU, the spread's 20.5. It's Deion Sanders' first time coaching in a Power 5 game.
I think that, I mean, obviously completely biased. I think it's going to be an absolute dick down by TCU. But I think a play we all can get behind is the over, 63.5.
I'm taking it.
It opened up at 60.
Yeah.
Sharps are moving the line.
It is trickling up.
It's trickling up.
So I like the idea of it just because like Colorado, I don't trust them defensively from what I've seen with them. But the only reason I'm like, maybe the under could be a look is because these are 2 brand new offenses.
Yeah.
We have no idea. Like I think it's going to take them a while to start clicking. So if I were going to take anything, maybe like a first half under, and then of course
hate
because
that.
all time hater, we're going Bucks, baby.
I don't hate that. I just with this new rule we talked about in the last episode a little bit, just the new rule where the clock doesn't stop after a first down.
Yeah.
It definitely affects
100%.
I think super high totals. I think those super high totals.
But that's
are
the thing. Like, you don't think the totals are already taking that into account? They absolutely are.
They are.
And if you look at the lines, the totals are
a lot lower.
a lot lower than they even were last week. And it's still at 60 fucking 4.
Make no
Last
mistake,
year, this would be
total would've been
66 and a
at
half.
70, close to 70.
Yeah.
if this was last
I think it'd be around like 66.5 or
And
so.
I think too, there's been a lot of recency bias with that Navy game where everyone's like, "Oh, that was a genius under." Like you take a team that just pounds the rock, like that game's gonna go under every single time. That game went under by less than a field goal.
That
I
game
think.
should have went over.
So like that game, when you think about like the totals being like whatever, even with the clock, like if Navy just had
One
any
touchdown.
semblance
Touchdown.
of an offense, like
Yeah.
that game goes over. And also you have 2 what I think are going to be, I mean, it's Pac-12 and a Big 12. Like, it's going to be air raid. Like, I don't think Deion Sanders is going to come into the fucking
yeah.
Pac-12 and be like, you know what? Got my son all the way over here. We're going to run the ball.
Right.
Like, you know what I mean? Like, I just don't see that happening. But
I see Colorado putting up 28.
Okay.
And I see TCU covering, meaning they're going to score
like 40 something,
40, 50 something.
If they put up 28, they're covering.
Colorado?
Yeah.
That's like the freest cover of all time.
I don't know, man. I don't know.
Dude.
There's going to be so many fucking points in this game, dude, and I'm so confident in that.
I have 2. I'm going to take the over and then Colorado plus 10.5 first half because I think what you could see is like what Lauren is saying.
Similar to last year, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, and that
like
was
last
a terrible
year.
Colorado team.
2 teams have to figure it out. New quarterback for TCU. Obviously, Shador's never seen like a Power 5 defense, so Sonny might be all over him. But I think Colorado, like, it's going to be a slow first half, I think. I don't think it's going to come out and be a fucking, like, shootout. But I think the game goes over because you're going to get points. It's like TCU, even though they had a great defense last year, you lost almost everyone on the offensive side of the ball, and you lost really key positions on defense. But I think it's going to be a great game. But we're going to know early if this Colorado team's good. You know what
And
I mean? Like,
I'm
we're
so
gonna know
excited
early.
to like see if the hype's real. Like I'm really, really excited. And I don't know. I was telling Mikey, I think yesterday, like this is like a weird like thing. Like I feel like people are betting Colorado for Dion, and it's not even necessarily because like the players. I think that's so.
Dude, because you're gonna get a video.
He's going to get one. He's got one foot.
He's gonna come out with that cowboy
You're gonna get a
hat,
video 10 minutes before kickoff.
and that scooter.
And it's going to be him in the locker room. And he's going to be saying some of the most inspirational shit you've ever heard. Colorado's going to put it out, and before he leaves the locker room, he's going to go, and play my fucking theme music.
And then
And I'm going to want a nuke job, Colorado.
and then they lose by 38.
Yeah, they might.
But I will say there's
I'm not saying
something.
they're not going to.
There's something about a coach like that, because think about like Bill Belichick. Like guys will suck, go to the Patriots, and they just turn their like freaking whatever their career around. And I feel like there's something about playing for a coach that just has like that confidence and makes you really believe.
Does Dion
I'm just saying.
have the same sort of reputation as Bill Belichick? I feel like that's
No, but
kind of a
I'm
wild
saying like
jump.
real
That was a wild
inspirational.
thing.
Like
But he's got to prove.
yeah,
it,
I'm
though.
not saying like I'm not comparing necessarily the two. It's just more so like a real confident coach that like people really trust and really believe in.
Yeah.
You know.
See that?
We have another ranked matchup. It's actually College Game Day. I feel like this game probably should have been College Game Day, the Colorado one, just because you have Dion, you have the team that was in the national championship last year.
100%.
But South Carolina plays North Carolina for College Game Day in North Carolina. I mean, I'm gonna
the play?
take South Carolina because I think Spencer Rattler, it's kind of his year. I think he's gonna have like a revenge year. But from the outside looking in, like, just let's take Chelly for an example. Like, is it odd to you that the College Game Day is going to be a South Carolina, North Carolina?
Dude, I literally thought UNC played basketball. Like, if you told me they didn't have a football team, I've been like, yeah, I believe it. Like, are they playing Duke in
not
like
a
the
ball
national
knower.
championship? No, but like, I obviously know they have a football team, Trent. But I'm
But
just
that's a lot
saying,
of
like,
America, though. I feel like a lot of America's like, why the fuck
No,
is this
why-
the college?
Dude, do you
No,
remember
I
when they wore
wouldn't-
the helmets that had the Jordan like dunk, and they were like, nothing screams basketball school like that? It was so
literally,
freaking
bro, like,
funny.
I see UNC and I'm like, all right, they should be playing basketball. So like, if I flip on my TV and they're like at College Game Days at Chapel Hill, I don't think it is at Chapel. It's probably South Carolina.
No,
right?
it's at UNC.
It's at Chapel Hill, dude. I'll literally be so confused.
Oh, yeah,
I'd be
that's
like, are
going to
they
be
playing-
really weird, actually. I didn't think about that. It's going to be at Chapel Hill.
Yeah, I'm like, this should be a Duke UNC game. Basketball.
Dude, I'm looking at the fucking board, man. How the fuck do you cap week 1 of college football? And if you're paying for picks week 1 college football, look in the mirror, man. Look
I
in the,
don't think
nobody knows shit.
I don't think you can. All I'm doing is really looking at like a lot of the depth charts and then seeing where the transfers are from and like how they played this team historically and like what that team did last year, who that team added, and like the problem with week 1, like Lauren says, is the spreads are so thick that even if you call the game right in your head, one fluke touchdown or field goal, you don't call.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Like, I have a whale and no sell job for it.
Dude.
It just looks
I'll give you
right.
$50 for it.
He's looked at the slate for 5 minutes.
I have a fucking whale. The Washington Huskies are winning easily by more than 2.5 or 2 touchdowns.
No, that line's so weird.
Against who?
Why?
What's the team
Against
they're playing
Boise
against?
State.
Yeah, that line's so weird. A kid that's coming in as the most highly rated quarterback. He's got the highest lines on any book you can find. And they're only saying he's going to win by 2 touchdowns against a team in Boise State that literally could be a doormat of their conference or like the best in their conference, depending on the year they come out with. A team that's earmarked to compete in the Pac-12 against USC is only getting 14 points.
Well, let's not pretend that Boise State's a dog meat program.
Yeah, but this is supposed to be the second best team in the Pac-12.
Yeah. But this is just one of those plays where it's like, week 1, I'll take my fucking chances.
I'm telling you right now, everyone is on that play because everyone's going, isn't that where Michael Penis plays? And they're going to be like, yeah, well, I'm just going to fucking destroy Boise.
I know it's a completely different Colorado team, but I was in person for Washington, Colorado, and Washington won 58-0. And I was like, dude, this fucking offense is...
So why is that spread only 14?
I don't know. I'm sure they lost some guys. I'm not a college guy. Sorry for not having sharp analysis on this play.
No, but I'm not. But I'm saying, like, normally you're the guy now that's like,
why is that?
No, you take Boise.
Yeah, no,
that's what I'm saying.
I'm not taking Boise with the points. That just sounds like moose shit.
Or actually, I got away from that game. I was going to take that game. Last game, LSU Florida State, probably the biggest game on the board. Mm-hmm. They played, I think it's the past 4 years in a row. I don't know how long that game's on. I remember the past 2 summers watching it at the Jersey Shore. But that's probably going to be the best game on the board, right?
It's got to be.
Which one?
It's up there.
LSU Florida State, Jaden Daniels.
And
Jordan.
Why
it's
is
an
that
absolute
not a
banger.
Because it's Sunday. It's like the last game on Sunday. They always do it. It's the last game of week 1.
Mm-hmm.
That's weird. A Sunday football game?
The play is the over and the LSU.
Okay.
And for everyone that might not know, it's at a neutral site. They're not even playing in Tallahassee. It's in Orlando.
Okay.
So
yeah, that'll be a banger.
That should be, I feel like, an all-time uniform matchup.
Yeah.
Like that LSU purple and gold and that Florida State like maroon and gold gets me excited thinking about seeing those colors on the same field.
I'm excited to do some shit this Saturday, just looking at this entire slate. It's going to be tough. College football, it's back, but I mean, it's not easy to bet on. Let's pretend
What's the spread for that game?
2.5.
For LSU, I'm assuming.
I think so, yeah.
I love that, dude. There's just so much hype around both of
Florida
those teams.
State, like, plus chicken might be the play, but I'm going to take LSU because I like LSU.
Yeah.
I hope later on in the season we have like more whales on here, more hot takes. It's obviously hard to do week 1.
The whales are South Carolina and LSU.
But I'm going to need some more whales out of the kids on this pod.
No, the over is actually the whale in that LSU. You're like, whale.
Florida State, from what I know, hasn't been good in like quite some time.
No.
Like they've just been a disappointment every year. And like
Be careful, though.
I had a couple friends go there, and every year I'm just getting a text from them like, don't even think about betting on Florida State. Like, we suck.
The reason why I'll just really quickly and then we'll move on. Mm-hmm. The reason why people are so high on them this year is they're getting back a kid that's supposed to be a Heisman at quarterback, and they returned 94% of their offensive production from last year. So it's supposed to be like a team that you'd be like, everyone's dialed on the offensive side of the ball. Yeah, I could see that being a
letdown, though.
Yeah, for sure. I think it could be a letdown spot for either team. LSU's in the same spot. It's like Heisman, possible quarterback. Everyone's coming back.
Sharps are actually, and I did a little bit of research, Sharps have LSU winning it all. Winning it all. Same. National championship. Sharps. Well, I said Sharps.
You talked to a lot of Sharps, bro?
I talked to a lot of Sharps. A lot of Sharps be betting on the goat whale, right, Trent?
Speaking of...
Do we want to get into that?
Let's get into it. By the time this drops, everybody will know what the go well is. But I would love to hear your guys' take on how you feel about it.
I need you to reveal it.
Yeah.
Block by block.
So first leg, I've got reasoning for each and every individual in here.
Okay. Redo that. I think I just interrupted you.
That's right. I've got reasoning on each and every individual in this goat well, and I love it. And it's really a list of guys with chips on their shoulder with something to prove coming into this NFL season. Every single one of them has a story.
Come on. I already know one of the squares, and that narrative just does not fit him at all, but go ahead.
Every single one's got their own story. And we start with Deshaun Watson. He's got a story. We're taking Deshaun Watson more than 3,625 yards.
You got to start somewhere else.
You know who also has a story? 11 women.
Dude, you can't have that opening and start with Deshaun Watson.
I mean, he's got a story, okay? Let's keep this on the field conversation.
Okay, right? On the field.
Let's keep it on the field. Yeah, That's what the go well's all about.
Yeah.
Obviously, off the field does come into play. Tom Brady,
Tom, man.
Will fuck a go well. But on the field, Deshaun Watson could have an MVP type year. And he needs a bounce back. The Browns are going to be in a lot of games.
Okay.
They're going to be good. Mm-hmm. They've got some receivers. And Deshaun Watson's going to be leading the pack. Mm-hmm. And
he has a lot to prove.
He has a lot to prove.
Trent, can I just get one Deshaun Watson? Can I just get one from you? I just need one.
It's Deshaun Watson!
All right, wait.
It's all I need. Nukenheimer.
All right, I'll tell.
I agree.
Deshaun Watson pass yards more than 3,625.
I'm actually going to place this. I'm placing this right now, like while you go through it, just a heads up.
Next up, another guy who has already proved himself on the field, but he's ready to prove himself as an elite passer in this league. Not just a rusher, a passer.
Lamar Jackson. No, I'm just kidding.
Justin Fields, more than 2,900 pass yards. He's thrown for 3,000. He's come out and said he wants to be the first Bears quarterback since when? Who?
Since ever.
Since
No
ever.
one's ever thrown
Since ever.
No one's ever thrown 4,000 yards for the Bears. He's already come out and said he wants to be that guy. They've added to their receiving core. They've got guys in there to help, with the pass offense. And I think Fields has a lot to prove in the pocket this year, not just running the ball. And I think he throws for 3,000 plus.
Shooting for the moon, I see.
All the fantasy apps have him projected to throw for 3,200 yards. Love that. And I just think that he's also potentially an MVP caliber player.
I mean, you just have to keep going.
Yeah. Next, this one, we have our first touchdown square, and only one this year. Last year was way too many. Only one touchdown square. You got to be tactical with the touchdown squares because sweating touchdowns, I would almost say it's similar to sweating RBIs because it's so dependent on where you're at on the field, the play call, like there's so many factors come into it. But who's Lamar Jackson's safety blanket in the red zone? It's Mark Andrews. The Ravens are going to have themselves a year. I love them to win the Super Bowl at plus 2,000. That's a whole nother conversation. But
You just threw that in there. Man. You just snuck that one in.
But they've added some guys on their offense, like OBJ. Isaiah Likely is also in the pack, which is also a bit scary about stealing touchdowns from Isaiah Likely. But I'm saying this because there's guys that take pressure
Eyes away from him.
away from Mark Andrews. He had 5 touchdowns last year. I need 7 this year. He's only not had more than 6.5, like 3 or 4 times, or he's only not had that once in his career, and that was last year because Lamar was hurt and he had bozos tossing to him for like majority of the year. But this year, Ravens coming for the Super Bowl, man. They've got
0 chip on his shoulder.
He has a chip on his shoulder. He wants to win the goddamn Super Bowl.
He's got a tortilla chip on his shoulder.
No, dude.
You and Hoopin are gonna get along this season.
Just fine. Just fine. I'm really confident in Mark Andrews, and he's on a contract year, so whatever happens with him in Baltimore, he's gonna want to fucking prove himself, catch 7 tutties, and prove his worth. He's still, I think he's like 27, 28 years old, so he's still got time in the league, and he wants another bag. So I really like Mark Andrews to catch 7 this year. And one more receiver, Amon-Ra St. Brown over receptions.
I had some say in that one.
Who the fuck else is Jared Goff throwing the ball to?
David Montgomery.
Yeah, pretty much nobody.
Nobody. And last year he had 100+ receptions and he missed 4 games, I think.
Jameson Williams out, right?
They lost
They
TJ
traded.
Hawkinson.
Yeah.
DJ Hawkinson.
TJ Hawkinson.
Yeah, there you go.
They
He
lost
had
him.
100 receptions. He had 100 receptions last season and he missed, I think, 3 or 4 games.
Well, he's not going to get one in the red zone because Goff's running it in.
That's fine, dude. We're taking his receptions. We don't need his tutties.
All right.
But I love Amon-Ra. He's a breakout star. Definitely in the conversation for top 5 receiver. And I think he eclipses 100 receptions this year. Same line as Travis Kelce last year.
Wow.
Love the vibe on that.
That is a big one.
So
That's actually, I love narratives like that.
I expect Amon-Ra to have a fucking season. There was a late switch with that one.
Whoa.
I was originally going to have Waddle in there.
Thank
Whoa,
God.
thank God you
Thank
took him out.
God.
Tua's not playing more than 5 games.
I didn't want to deal with any of that bullshit.
You can't have a number 2 wide receiver in the go well.
That's also the number 1 reason I took him out. And last but not least,
No, you're at 4 right now.
well, that's 4 legs.
Oh, it's a 5 leg.
It's 5 legs.
I thought it was 6. My bad.
No, it's always 5. Last but not least, I'm willing to go to the fucking grave.
Oh, my God.
Put my nuts on the table
No, dude.
that Dak Prescott is not throwing 13 interceptions this year.
Oh, no.
Less than 12 and a half picks for Dak Prescott. The man stood on the podium and said he wasn't throwing 10. You think he's throwing 13?
Then he said less. He didn't say under. He said less.
He said less than. Yeah, he's dialed in, bro.
Yeah,
he knows
he's
the
dialed.
terminology.
He said, "I'm gonna go less
And
than my pitch."
Trey Lance now breathing down the back of his neck.
And that is
huge.
honestly a
Huge.
fucking huge narrative that has
Huge.
just emerged within the last week. They're gonna have a short. If Dak is dicking around and he's got 7 picks through 5 weeks, bro, they're gonna have a short leash because they got healthy Trey Lance waiting to get in.
But he's kind of been bitching about it, which makes me not confident in your square.
Why?
You didn't see the interview?
I mean,
He
why
was
would you
like-
be happy about that? Obviously, he's gonna be fucking pressed.
You get fired up. It's competition. It's like, this isn't my job forever.
He's the fucking starting quarterback of the Dallas
Yeah,
Cowboys.
but what have they done since he's been there? He's been a fucking bot.
Exactly. He should be fucking pressed.
He should be like, oh, all right, well, now time might be up. I
And
can't just put my feet up and be like Cooper Rush.
he's got so much pressure this year, bro, and he's gonna take care of that football like it's his fucking baby.
Well, I guess you want him to get subbed out.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's what I'm
Yeah.
saying.
That's why it's
Yeah.
good.
So if he
a good
throws
place to
7
be.
picks through 5 weeks, bro,
Great place to be, actually.
I would prefer that happens.
Yeah.
to be honest.
What if Trey Lance, Tony Romo's him?
Yeah,
Like Dak
Easily
did to
good.
Tony.
that would be fucking
And then
Lance
Trey
is
Lance
good.
is the Cowboys
Yeah.
quarterback for like the rest of our that'd be
decade.
nuts.
Dude, I really like Trey Lance. Like I'm.
I
Just
do
like, I think he's like kind of like a Colin Kaepernick type, where he can run the ball very effectively and also has kind of a cannon.
What a wild
All right, so wrapping it up.
comparison.
Ten-
That was insane.
Was that?
I love that.
Also, Colin Kaepernick was good for 2 seasons. So like,
Yeah, well, Trey Lance has been good for
comparing-
one so far, and he got hurt.
I think
Hasn't
Shelly
been good
just
for
saw
a season.
Niners,
He got hurt.
and he was like,
having a
"Oh."
great. Trey Lance was having a great season, then he got
Trey
hurt.
Lance lost to the Bears last year in week 1.
Yeah, he got hurt. He was hurt.
Not in week 1.
Yeah, he
It was
was.
also
he
a
had an ankle thing in week
monsoon.
1.
You know, it's just
I'm gonna tell you right
Bears
now.
guy over here.
I'll tell you who sells the goat well, because there's always one
Mark
player, Trent. You know, in every single goat well you've ever placed, there's always one player
Always.
who just can't escape either the off field stuff or they just can never string it together. And I'm gonna be honest, the player that sells you this year is Deshaun Watson.
Wow.
He sells the fuck out of
I
you this
disagree
year.
with that so
who
hard.
do you think sells? It's Mark Andrews. I
I think Mark Andrews will be the Jose Ramirez.
Yeah, if I had to pick one, you know, I love Amon Ra. I was big on that. I like Dak. I believe in Deshaun. I'll say Mark Andrews because I do think Justin Fields is due for just an absolute breakout year too. I genuinely love it. That's just me really trying to pick someone.
That makes me feel so fucking just happy that Lauren loves it.
Why are we putting a tight end in a contract year where they just signed a new tight end, where they just gave Lamar Odell Beckham and Zay Flowers?
It's fair.
When he had Marquise Brown, the only thing he did was air it out to that kid.
Yeah, but then when
And
they
Zay
get,
Flowers is like a carbon copy, but like 1,000 times better.
but when they get to the red zone,
Yeah.
who's the guy?
And
It's like Lamar.
not really.
Yeah, man.
Nah, they find Mark, dude. They really do.
They find Mark, bro.
It's nuts.
I
First
literally
touchdowns.
watched a Madden game last night, and Mark found the end zone 7 times.
Okay, chill. I was playing bad. I was playing.
No way we just brought a Madden game into it, though, dude.
That's
I was watching a
gotta
Madden
Same,
simulation, and guess who they were thrown to?
I just know. Because we're going to have to spend all of us a lot of time together on Sundays. I'm fine with hearing about Tom Brady selling, Justin Herbert selling, Derrick Henry selling. I'm going to have this much sympathy when you're bitching about Mark Andrews
I know,
on
it's
a
gonna be
Sunday.
Ravens are on the 20. Put on the Ravens game. And then it's going to be fucking, you're going to sweat on the score app and it's going to pop up OBJ Tutty. And if I see Isaiah Likely Tutties, bro, it's going to be like Josh Naylor RBI. I'm going to fucking throw my phone at the wall.
But I'm going to have no sympathy if you're like, dude, I need Mark Andrews to get 4 more touchdowns. Be like, oh, why the fuck did we take Mark Andrews?
So 2018, he only had 3 touchdowns. 2019, 10. 2020, 7. 2021, 9. 2022, 5.
He'll find it.
So
He'll find
that projection,
That did nothing for me. I don't know if did that do anything for anyone else?
What I do like is that he didn't hit it last year, and it's bumped up 2 touchdowns
Yes.
from what he got last year.
Okay, Lauren's fucking
Okay,
break
but
down,
I just want it on record. Deshaun Watson sells the goat well. I just need it on record because I promise you, Nick Chubb, they're just running the fuck out of him again this year.
Nick Chubb down here, bro.
Okay, man.
I agree.
All right.
Oh yeah.
All right.
Chubb
I just want to
down.
let you know that Deshaun Watson sells your goat well. I'm so sorry. You could have went so many different places with Deshaun. You didn't have to take the guy who just had some of the most crazy offseason drama, coming back, has a lot to prove. Sure, that's a great narrative, but it doesn't always play well. You could have just kept off fucking field shit guys out of it.
Respectfully, Shut the fuck up, John.
Hey, man, as long as we got the cameras rolling, Deshaun Watson is going less this year for passing yards, and you're gonna be in piss. Unfortunately, I'm so sorry.
I'll just say I can't tell. I put Deshaun in the Nukenheimer because I think a lot of people forget how unconscious he was on the Texans.
That's fair.
He brought a team that really had no business, and I'm not fighting Chelly's point, but he brought a team that had no business going to the playoffs and almost like won, which is, if you look at that Texans roster, once he left, they didn't really change anything. They just added a different quarterback, and I think won like 2 games over 4 years. Only getting 7 games last year. I mean, we have the privilege of being able to spend a lot of time with Dave, who got to play football at its highest level other than professional, so you got a lot of insight on that. It's probably the hardest sport to go cold turkey and then jump in.
Yeah.
And he looked more than serviceable in 7 games last year.
Mm-hmm.
My hope is that we return to that. And you're not going to need Nick Chubb as much as they've needed Nick Chubb with Baker Mayfield, because Deshaun Watson was a quarterback at Clemson and on the Texans that literally did everything.
I will say this.
Everything.
It is really, really difficult. We see it with a lot of guys who have off-field shit. Take a little bit of time, serve a suspension, whatever they need to do, and come back and perform at that top level that they left at. Because Deshaun Watson was an MVP candidate
for sure
on the Texans. Came back, he didn't look like an MVP candidate for the Browns. He did play serviceable, like you said, but he wasn't that MVP Deshaun that we saw on the Texans. He had D-Hop. He's Amari Cooper now. Peoples-Jones. I don't even know who. Njoku. Like, he doesn't have that D-Hop guy that he needs to be that MVP candidate.
I don't know how he's gonna do it, bro, but he's gonna fucking find a way.
I wish you the best of luck. I do wish you best of luck.
He's a guy that I feel like you can hang your hat on.
I will hang my hat on that.
Shouldn't have. You know what I mean? He's a guy that'd be like, if he sells you, like, I feel like for me, I tried to pick guys where if they sell me, I'm like, you know what? So be it. Yeah, like,
just $10,000 down the drain, right?
Yeah.
His is 10 racks. Mine is like 2.5.
I'm so fucking excited for this shit. I think it looks great. It's so just chiseled down.
It does look nice.
It's just like,
I will say that.
Don't overthink it, man.
I just fucking, dude, I hate Mark Andrews. I don't know why, but that's gonna like ruin my week. Thinking about you posting this slip and having to watch Mark Andrews highlights is gonna make me literally want to like.
He's catching 2 in 1 game, and that day is gonna be fucking phenomenal.
When I look at that, I'm like, what stops that is an injury to me.
Yeah.
The whole slip or Mark Andrews?
For the whole slip. I really do like it. I feel like you didn't really overthink it. It's just like trusting your goats. I really like the Deshaun pick. So.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I want your guys' opinion on this pick. I have a NFL season-long square to go with golf over half-season rushing touchdown. Shout out Josh for actually bringing this to my attention. I am a Raiders fan. It's going to be really, really tough for us to drive and get any sort of offense this season. I'm really worried about us. So my square that I'm going with this season with the golf is Daniel Carlson, more than 5.5 50-plus yard field goals made.
Did we not put that?
We did, and we also put golf in it, but I've done extra research on this, and I absolutely love the look on Carlson. He had 11 last year. And also, we're going to be in tight games where we're not able to get touchdowns all the time. And we're going to be kicking a lot of field goals. But we also just can't drive the ball. We're going to be giving Josh Jacobs the ball because Josh Jacobs re-signed. We're going to be giving Josh Jacobs these little 8, 7-yard rush gains. And then we're going to be trying to throw on like second and short, incomplete Garoppolo. Shout out Garoppolo. And then we're going to need to kick it. Well, after we don't convert the third down, we're going to be on like the 40 and we're going to be kicking a 55-yarder. Carlson, more than 5.5 50-plus yard field goals. He's got the leg for it. He's got the
He's got the leg.
He's got the leg. He's
I
our
just don't know
guy.
if you guys are gonna get to the 50.
We just need to get to the we need to get to the 40.
5.5.
He needs 6 50-plus yard field goals.
Dude, I'm telling you, that category is slept on.
So slept on.
There's gonna be so many green squares in that category.
So many. Butker needs 4 if you're into that type of thing. McPherson needs 6. Tucker needs 6.
What's Koo at?
Koo's at 5 flat.
Yeah, he's a dog.
So yeah, I
Dude.
do like that category a lot, but Carlson is lock of the year. Lock of the year.
He also has a huge advantage because
No way.
I'm backing him up a little bit. I mean, they play indoors half the season, so like elements don't come into play.
Weatherman.
Same with like Koo.
Weatherman Josh.
Weatherman Josh is crazy.
It makes sense though.
Dude, I can't believe you just lock of the year that.
Lock of the year, Daniel
You just
Carlson.
brought it outside and shot it.
No,
You just shot it.
Lock of the year.
I love the
Every time one of
confidence.
my buddies does that, it's fucking dead.
It's alive. Lock of the year. Jared Goff, QB sneak week 1. Daniel Carlson, 2 55-yarders week 1.
Oh my! Dude,
And we
imagine the game he kicks 2 or 3 of those.
He has those games where, and then you're like playing him in fantasy. You're like, what the fuck? Carlson has 25 points.
Do you know how many he had last year by
11.
chance?
Yeah, I'm telling you.
Why
that
would it be so low then? I mean, don't
Because
worry about that. I'm
our
just saying.
offense is
Okay.
ass.
Yeah, so it would be higher.
Yeah, I would think it'd be higher, but
Well, that's not how if I was like setting the line, I'd be like, oh, they're not going to even be in they might be losing by too much. Like, they
were
might
the
just be going
Raiders-
for it on 4th down.
Okay.
How-
yeah.
I mean, the Raiders were dog shit last year.
Shout out Derek Carr.
But it was all like one possession games.
Yeah.
It was.
So it'd be like, we got to kick this field goal.
yeah.
Dude, what about imagine Daniel Carlson was at 5 flat.
Lock of the year.
Lock of the year. LOTY. Imagine you needed Daniel Carlson to kick one more 50-plus yarder, and there was that Chargers game where they didn't need to kick it.
Oh yeah.
They could have just had the time, both went through, but the
I'd
Raiders
hang it.
went out and kicked the damn field goal. That actually really hurt.
I would hang them up if that happened. I would hang them up. Dude, that's some shit that would happen to me, dude.
I would hang them.
As someone who has had multiple goat whales selling some fluke shit by one leg, I would hang them
Well,
up.
that would actually have cashed us. So it would have been the greatest beat of all time.
They did kick it.
They ended up
Oh,
kicking
yes,
it.
yes. Still can't believe Ja Morant got suspended, bro. Sorry, that was going
Ja
way
Wig,
back.
baby.
Way
Speaking
back.
of, have you seen the t-shirts he's been working out in?
No.
Dude, I saw this tweet and it was like, Nike never misses a chance, man. He's been working out in a rotation of 3 t-shirts. Gratitude, maturity, and what's the other one, Josh?
I think it's accountability.
Yeah, accountability, gratitude, and I think maturity are the 3.
Gratitude.
White t-shirts with black text. Like,
Gratuity?
dude, gratuity? Is he tipping? Is he tipping?
Second Amendment.
Yeah, literally.
I saw a video of like weirdly like these kids in a car like doing exactly what Ja Morant was doing, just like holding guns and shit in the car. The caption was like, "Ja's gonna see this and relapse."
Oh my God, no.
Dude. Poor Ja, man.
Dude, I saw they were going to add his skin to Call of Duty, and I was like, dude, the one gamer, his stats will be correct, bro.
Dude.
Fuck Ja Morant.
Dude, you see they're
my
adding
homies are
21
killing
Savage?
That makes the most sense.
I like it.
Nicki
I'm down.
Minaj?
Dude,
Yeah,
the
Nicki Minaj is in there.
shit- the Nicki
Those
Minaj
memes
shit,
are
bro.
so funny. They're like, Nikki, no. It's just her like laying out. Like gun face
Dude,
at it. Nikki,
they
no.
gave her the most accurate dunk.
Oh, they did give her a
She's
dunk.
got dunk?
Oh,
Accurate dunk.
Should we
that thing
drop
got a
Trout into
bulletproof
the
vest
zone,
on it,
dude?
baby.
We might have to switch games.
Dude,
Silly Forts.
I told you I put these children games away. Come on.
you get a kill with her, she's like, I am the alpha, the omega.
Dude, I swear to God, if I was playing Warzone and some 12-year-old killed me with Nicki Minaj and I heard her say, I am the alpha, the omega, I think I would break my Xbox.
You get off your 9 to 5, you hop on Warzone, you drop trow, insta-killed by Nicki
And she
Minaj.
slide canceled, like jump, snipe me from around a corner, and I am the alpha, the omega. I'd be like,
Where are the games we love?
you just can't play casual games anymore, man. Everyone wants to be a streamer. It's so
fair.
fucking gives me AIDS.
No, it's just like my mom used
facts.
to yell at me if I played COD for more than an hour and a half. These kids' parents, these iPad generation like parents, just okay, honey, go fuck off for 5 hours and play your games.
Literally,
And
though.
it's like my mom was like, get the fuck outside, throw the football around, and figure it out because you're playing sports.
My mom would be like, go outside or you read a book. Those are 2 options.
Literally.
And I'd be like,
And then like
Yeah,
my
yeah, bullet,
Xbox
baby.
is gone. I'm like, where's my Xbox? She's like, I hid it.
oh, I do. They would hide
That doesn't happen nowadays.
all
Kids
the
don't get their
time.
electronics taken away,
That shit
bro.
don't- that shit
It doesn't happen.
I remember having to like ravage through my parents' closet to try to find it. My mom would go away on vacation sometimes and hide the Xbox because she didn't want us playing.
Yeah,
all
same.
day.
It's so
Me and my brother would be like, fucking
now with the
rag,
iPad
dude.
generation, it's so normalized for kids to just always have some sort of electronic device. When we were growing up, I'm a 1999 baby. It was like I had my Leapfrog, and it was like I would sometimes use my Leapfrog.
Yeah, just
But
unlocked
now
a
it's
memory.
like I see these little kids with their rubber iPads, and I'm like, dude, like they always have that on deck.
The first mobile electronic device I had was the Tamagotchi.
Tamagotchi.
I was never.
I was
a
thinking
Tamagotchi.
PSP.
PSP.
Or
got
of
it.
course like your Game Boy, but PSP.
You guys on the
Dude,
ball,
PSP
man.
was so before its
PSP was,
time.
like,
Can
way
we
before
can
its
we really talk about like
It
that
was.
thing was like so before its time.
So was.
Like
Bring that
actually,
back.
like way. If
Yeah.
it came out now, people would be like, "Dude, this is fucking."
Well, it's called the
sick."
Switch now.
Yeah, Nintendo
Yeah,
They
Switch.
literally just did a Switch.
But
It's called the
PlayStation
Switch.
doesn't even have it anymore.
Exactly.
You can't get a portable PlayStation.
100%. I loved it, dude.
I used to
That
play
was
MLB
best.
The Show, and Dustin Pedroia was on the cover. If anyone remembers
Oh
that.
wow, yeah.
Let's play NFL The
PSP.
Street.
Yeah,
That shit
Yeah.
was insane.
No, NBA Street was
good, dude.
nuts.
NBA Street was so good too.
Good times.
I did want to. I feel like I got a little bit sidetracked. I wanted to bring it back for 1 second, just because I looked at my pullover again, and we were talking about it a little bit pre-show, and I wanted to hear everyone's opinions because I feel like we talked about it a little bit, and then we kind of went away from it. The matchup of Florida State LSU has a lot of good uniforms, and I spent some time picking my favorite college uniform, and I wanted to know if anyone had any opinions. Mine is when LSU wears the purple jersey with the white helmet that has the tiger and the LSU.
That's tough. That's tough.
I think it's like an all-time.
That is a tough one.
all-time.
I can get behind that.
Steezopotamus.
I want to know Trent's. Trent's, what's yours?
I almost picked the all-white TCUs from last year. Those were
I love
fucking
Those are sweet.
unbelievable.
I'm like a classic guy when it comes to uniforms, so I
I'm a
love.
classic man. You remember that song?
Of course.
Sorry. Okay, go ahead.
Like just I love the Trojans unis. Just
Wow.
Classic
Okay, yeah.
red and yellow.
You like them?
I do.
I don't like them.
Okay.
I
don't
do.
really love USC's uniforms, but I,
I
don't
do.
like
hate
them
it. It's
at
iconic.
all. I think they also did the dunks, the USC dunks. I fucking hate them. I think they're so ugly.
Oh, dude, I kind of like those.
I
I
thought those
hate
were
those.
so sick.
I hate
like
the
those
USC
bad.
dunks.
Okay.
I don't like the color design. It just like clashes with one another. But what I'm about to say might just like literally throw everything I just said out the window. 'Cause I love Boise State. The
Wow.
blue field is fucking sick. I know it's not Jersey,
All right, goes into it.
but wow. If I could like play NCAA whatever year it was, like 06, I would always customize
Always.
to play the blue field.
Yeah.
It's
Okay,
so
yeah,
sick.
yeah.
Something about that blue turf, man.
I love the blue turf, dude. It's so cool.
So
What about you?
what about uniform? Like if you had to pick one?
I mean, I'm biased towards Penn State. I think when
yeah,
we wear
that's
our
a good one.
throwback unis with our pink and black, I don't think we ever wore them in football, but in basketball, we wore pink and black. I think it's sick because that was Penn State's original colors. With
I
pink
don't
and
think I've
black.
ever seen that. I need to look that up. Y'all know mine though. There's just nothing like that burnt orange, baby.
Oh my!
That burnt orange. It's just like no other school is that color. When you see burnt orange, there's the one thing you think about, and it's just so crispy. And even like my backup, it'd be our icy whites. It just pops.
Your backup can't be the same.
Yeah, pick any school but Texas, please, as a backup.
Okay, like
yeah,
if
that's
I
a backup.
if
You
I was
can't
gonna
be like,
peel
all right,
it,
but my third is our third. Go black, go green.
You see
yeah,
the
yeah.
triple alts?
yeah. If I was gonna peel it back, I would say back when D'Anthony Thomas was at Oregon when they'd wear the yellow jerseys, chrome helmet. Ugh.
Those were
Disgusting.
so
Oregon either does way too much or they just find the perfect uniform. You know what I mean? Like there was a couple times when Marcus Mariota played where you'd be like, "What the fuck are they wearing?"
Yeah,
and then a couple
yeah.
times you'd be like, "That might be the same."
Yeah.
LC. I just looked up these burnt orange unis and they are gross.
They're
like
gross.
They're
ugly.
not though.
They're
They're
not- there's
beautiful.
nothing. There's nothing about this jersey that's like getting me going. I'm sorry.
It's just because like it's just built in Texas. Hey, we love it, we embrace it, but that thing is sweet.
Like-
It's one of one.
I'll admit it. Like I'm a huge Penn State guy. Like our jerseys are just white and blue. There's nothing, you know. Like, I'm like
no, it's baked in.
Nittany lion blue. Like I don't burn orange. Like it doesn't. Like
Yeah,
Nittany
but I
lion
can
blue.
name 30 colleges that are Navy, but one burnt orange, baby. When it steps on that field, you
Trying
know
to think
who's
of another
there.
college that's
But like,
orange.
okay, so there's two ways to look at that.
Syracuse.
Tennessee.
I said burnt orange, baby. Burnt orange. I can name
But I
orange
feel like
schools.
there's a couple reasons for that.
No,
You could
because
look
it's one
at it
of
from both
one.
sides. One, I don't think a lot of schools would be like, burnt orange is a great color. Let's go burnt orange. Like navy, purple, red, green. All these schools, like those are like great colors. And I don't think anyone would be like, we're stepping on Texas. Tell us if we take burnt
It's
orange.
one of
I think everyone's just
one.
like, what the fuck did they pick burnt orange?
Nah, it's one of
You're
one.
also so biased. You're so biased.
I'm really not though. Like I mean, yes. Okay.
No way. You just
sorry.
said you're not.
Okay, so I am biased, but like every time I see it, I'm like, damn, yeah, like there's not another team I think that looks better than us.
I think
There's
you need
not.
To, I think you need to apologize to Garrett
I
for
think
saying
you
you're
need
not
to
biased.
turn the TV on, watch some ball.
Come on, man. You're over here. How do I bet we won? I really don't want to hear it. I really don't.
Yeah.
Just hang it up, man.
insane.
Hang it up.
I'm the most biased person ever when it comes to college basketball and Providence. Like, I think we have the sickest uniforms. I think we have the best arena. I think we have the best players. I think we have the best coach. Like, there's no part of me that will ever fight that. The fact that you just sat here.
I want, like, I'm
and said
really.
it. I don't think I'm biased.
I'm taking. Okay, so I'm biased, but I'm taking my Phantom cap off, and really, like, that really is my favorite jersey. It really is, genuinely. Like when I wear that Quinn Ewers, I'm like, God damn, man.
Well, maybe not the
Ewers.
Ewers one, but just the color.
Yeah, it's just everything about it.
It's gonna look good in Alabama when they lose by 28. That orange is gonna be burnt, that's for sure.
Name one person. Name one person connected to Alabama's football program that's not Nick Saban. No, this year.
Shit.
It's like saying Duke with Coach K. But that's like saying Duke with Coach K. Like, you can't. Coaches turn programs.
I'm not a ball knower, so at least I'm transparent about that, you know.
Speaking about
Already?
not knowing ball. Immaculate Grid.
Yeah, can we do the Immaculate
Oh,
Grid
yeah,
today,
yeah.
Josh? Our game today is going to be the Immaculate Grid.
Are we pulling it up? Nope. Okay.
All right.
So you pull it, wait, it's on like a website or some
Yeah.
shit, right?
We can actually all pull it up on
Oh, yeah, I
ours.
was about
Are
to
you going to
say-
put it on the TV, Josh?
No.
No.
Okay, wait.
What do I type in?
You just type in Immaculate Grid and it'll be the NFL one.
Nice. All
Type
right.
in Immaculate Grid NFL.
Immaculate Grid. But no, I just looked up Providence's basketball unis. Very mid.
There's no.
Yes.
No.
right. UNC, I feel like without a doubt.
Yeah, I mean, Kansas State has the best uniforms. That, like,
Kansas State.
soft purple is so sick.
Those are really
oh yeah,
cool.
those are.
Okay, so the
Is it the one? Are we
Yeah,
looking
it's
at
the
same
y
one?
yeah the y-axis is Lions Cardinals 1,000+ rush seasons. The x-axis. Am I doing that wrong?
No, you're good.
The x would be the bottom.
The X is
right?
the X is horizontal. The Y is vertical.
The X is the Commanders, the Browns, and the Rams. I like to always start with the yards. Mm-hmm. So 1,000-yard rushers for the Commanders.
Also, let's try to get on our backs. I have
Yeah.
one. I have one for that, but I don't know if it's really in my
try
bag.
to go deep. Like, you could
Like,
say,
don't
like,
neglect
you
Because
could
Nick
say
I want to
Nick
say
Chubb,
Clint. I want to say Clinton Portis for. I mean,
Yeah. I don't hate that.
you know what I mean? Clinton
So-
Portis.
I have a question for the LA
For the
Rams. Is that
Commanders.
also for the St. Louis
Yeah.
Rams or just for LA?
I think it's St.
No,
Louis
it'd
goes
definitely
in.
be St. Louis.
Okay.
Yeah, Commanders.
I don't hate Portis.
I love Clinton Portis. I grew up watching him.
So we're starting with the 1,000+ for, and we're starting on the commies.
Yeah.
All right, Portis.
You want to try that one,
Yeah.
Josh? You see if that's.
Well,
it
we all just got to do it.
Clinton Portis.
Oh yeah, I'm.
Bang.
Yeah, come on.
35% is good. I love
Oh,
that.
I'll take that.
1,000-yard rush season for the Browns.
Jim Brown.
Or Nick Chubb.
But Nick Chubb's gonna be like.
It's gonna be like,
78%.
80
You want
something.
you want to try to challenge
Jim
yourself,
Brown?
like the low
I do have one for the Rams though.
Peyton Hillis.
Oh.
He definitely did. Yeah. What the fuck?
fuck was that?
Peyton Hillis covered
17%. Let's
Wow,
go.
that
look at me
was
in my
fucking-
bag.
God, I love
Seven-
when we get a good one. That gets me amped.
17%'s good.
Yeah, that's great. The lower it is, the less people.
All right.
guess it.
Initially, what are you thinking for Rams?
What's my favorite running back of all time? Marshall Faulk.
Marshall Falk. Okay. We
was
could also
thinking
go
Todd Gurley.
Steven Jackson or Todd Gurley.
Do you want to go Falk?
I think Falk's probably the least out of those three names. If I know Todd Gurley and Steven Jackson.
Marshall Falk, 22%. That's
Let's
fucking
go.
huge. All right, this is where it gets hard because I'm not good at this. A player that's played on both the Cardinals and the Commanders.
I feel like that should be an easier one.
You got to think. I always go quarterbacks and backups. Where's Taylor Heineke now? He left the Commanders.
What?
Okay.
Yeah, I was about to say.
Also, I don't think they had like trades this year.
Yeah, they have to have played it down.
This is where my knowledge will slip away.
We're starting on Commanders and Cardinals.
That's a tough one. We could start anywhere, really.
Well, we know Detroit and the Rams. That's kind of.
Staff goat.
Staff goat.
We could go
Correct.
staff goat.
We just got to get
It's just gonna be-
No, we just got to bang
Goff.
I was gonna say golf, but yeah.
Goff or Staff.
Probably golf is less obvious.
Let's go Staff.
No, golf, bro. Stafford won freaking
the
Super Bowl.
People might forget where
We're
golf
going
came
golf.
from.
Golf 38%. Not bad.
Let's go.
Yeah.
All right. Lions Browns feels like it should be relatively easy because I
Yeah.
feel like those two teams have shitty players that
Yeah.
just run the gauntlet.
I feel like a couple wide receivers potentially.
Mm-hmm.
Like third wide receivers on the.
That's a.
Amari Cooper, did he play anywhere before Dallas?
Yeah, the Raiders.
Oh, good call.
Fuck.
Running backs on the Browns, I feel like, have definitely played for the Lions. You know what I'm saying? Or their tight ends. Who are their tight ends? David and They have always had a rotation after David Njoku. Is it Austin Hooper right now?
Oh,
It is.
am I crazy?
not.
Kurt Warner, Arizona, and the Rams.
Jeez.
Bang!
Nice.
Bang!
72.
Sorry.
Hey, it's
That's
all
all
right.
we need one.
I
though.
want
We
the
also,
grid.
but we also
need
just
one.
got to fill the grid.
Yeah.
Let's got to fill the grid. That was a good one. I like that one. All right.
Why do I think
These teams are so poverty, it's going to be so hard. I'm not
Why do
going
you
to
think
lie.
what?
Sam Bradford?
For who?
Cardinals, Browns?
I don't think Bradford ever played for the Browns.
Yes.
Bradford was like
Yeah.
Eagles.
Cardinals,
That felt
Rams.
so
would've been-
good, dude.
Yeah,
that
no.
felt so good. For Cardinals Browns, that felt so good.
Lions, dude.
Sam Bradford would have been good.
Lions and commies is hard.
So tough.
Let me try to get.
Like some of these you just won't get.
No.
Wait, where did Jeff Okuda go? He got drafted by the Lions, but he's not on there anymore.
Atlanta.
God.
Atlanta.
Lions in Atlanta just be dealing. These are tough teams to get on Immaculate Grid. These
So
teams
tough.
suck.
Yeah, these teams do fucking blow. I love how we got the Rams so fast though.
Yeah, that was quick.
Dude, this is so hard,
I
man.
You have to
know,
think
dude.
like Redskins, like before Commanders.
I know. I'm trying to think. Who are their really good wide receivers? Santana.
Did RG3 play his entire career at the Redskins?
Ooh, RG3 jumped
Yeah.
around. Did RG3 go to the Browns?
Mm.
Ooh,
Oh, he did.
he might have, but we can't. That's not one of them.
Yeah.
I don't. RG3 on the Ravens?
Yeah, he definitely played on the
His
Ravens.
last year was on the Ravens. He backed up
Where was
Lamar.
I for that? Dude, I'm so stumped.
Cardinals. Oh, definitely a running back for the Cardinals played for like the Browns.
I might have a disgusting one.
Which one?
Did Brett Huntley not play for the Cardinals and the Browns?
Definitely played for the Browns.
Yeah, I know the Browns.
I think he was a backup for the Cardinals.
Huntley?
Oh fuck! I had one for the
UCLA.
I have one for the Lions and for the Cardinals.
Did Colt McCoy play for the Browns?
Yeah,
Yeah.
but did he
Right?
play for the?
Did he play
He's
for
on
the,
the
he played for the
Cardinals.
Cardinals?
Cardinals. Yeah. Do you want to try that?
Yeah, let's do Colt McCoy.
That sounds so right.
Wow.
Yeah,
God, that was
43.
sharp.
Dude,
I
have
should know
one-
that,
I'm
man.
so mad. I
Wow.
have one for the Lions and the Cardinals. Matt Prater.
Wow, you're him.
Mine was wrong.
Oh, wait, we
too,
can't
so
even do that one.
I know.
What?
Mine was wrong. I put it in here.
Oh, fuck, dude. Josh.
Fuck.
I might be the kicker specialist. Let me lock in with the
We're
kickers.
doing good.
we're
Honestly,
doing
I didn't
great.
expect
Let
us
me
to be
lock
this
in with the
good.
kickers.
We've got 3 left. A player that's played on the Lions and the Commanders, and the Cardinals and the Commanders, and one guy that's played on the Lions and the Browns.
Oh, I got it. The kicker for the Cardinals and the Redskins, Dustin Hopkins. I think he kicked for the Cardinals. I'm not 1,000% sure.
You're right.
Did he?
You're right.
Cardinals and Commanders, though?
His name?
I think
Dustin Hopkins?
Dustin Hopkins. It's wrong. You said I was right though.
That felt rushed.
Trent was like, "You're right," and I was
Was
like,
it
"Well, I don't
wrong?
know if he kicked for the Cardinals."
No, we fucked the grid.
I was like, "I don't know if he kicked for the Cardinals."
I don't think he did.
Well, he didn't. He definitely kicked for the Redskins though.
Guys, I'm drawing blanks.
I'm shooting blanks.
This is not good.
Oh, the grid's already dead.
Yeah,
Grid's dead.
Grid's
it
dead,
was
man.
Rush. That was Rush.
Grid's dead.
Grid's so dead.
We can still get a yellow little square.
Y'all can use my little grid. Come on. We still got 3.
No, Trent's the one who rushed it. I wasn't ready to lock in Dustin
Browns
Hopkins.
Well, we got to give ourselves some time here because also the people listening are probably like, what the fuck's botting around right now? Oh, speed round, dude.
I've milked as much juice.
Yeah, I was in my dub at the beginning.
I know someone on that Skins D line from like 2014 to 2018 was on the Cardinals and the Skins,
You know it.
but I can't think of who it is.
No, you know it, dude.
I thought
Somebody-
Josh would be better at this. Not gonna lie.
Do we need crabs
Yeah, crabs.
for Washington?
Where
Sure.
did Patrick Peterson play other than the Cardinals?
Not the Skins.
The Vikings.
I just feel like
I
there's
feel
a
like Browns Lions is like right there in front of
There's
us.
a Browns Lions one that's just like
It's
punching
really right
me.
there.
Cody Parkey.
Oh my god. Oh, for which one?
Adrian Peterson played for the Lions.
Did he?
And he played for the Skins.
Did he play for the
He
Lions?
did.
You're so
Or no, did he play for the Skins? Damn, he bounced around, bro.
Wow.
Colt McCoy also played for the Cardinals, Skins, and Browns.
Mm-hmm.
Adrian Peterson was 50%, dude. We gotta be.
We gotta be better than that.
So
That's free
can I do
cheese.
Colt McCoy again or no?
Mm-mm.
Dude, this one, I can't imagine how many Immaculate Squares this guy's in. I don't know if you want me to say it or not.
What for Browns and Lions?
Yeah.
What is it?
Josh McCown.
I was
Oh,
gonna say,
Josh
my
McCown.
god.
He's got to be in
Fitzpatrick.
every Immaculate Grid ever.
You know, my buddy and I did one last weekend, and one of the players in it was Josh Rosen.
Wow.
You forget that he got drafted
Yeah.
by the Cardinals, so whenever you and he's jumped around.
And he was what,
everywhere as a
number
backup.
2 or 3 pick?
So
or?
who is it for the Cardinals and the Commanders?
Colt McCoy.
Nah, but we already had him for the Cardinals and the Browns.
Mm-hmm.
So like Cardinals, Commanders.
My grid's fucked.
We have to push the give up button.
I already pushed it.
I did too.
I can't think of it. It doesn't. Even, it gives me 2 Colt McCoys, so I don't know what the right answer is.
Tim Hightower.
Tim
Hasselback.
Hightower.
Hasselback played for the Cardinals and the Commanders.
You can also look up players that have played for the Lions and Browns, and always have a massive list.
I'm just looking for Alfred Morris. You guys remember that name?
Mm-hmm.
That was who I was going to say for the 1,000 yards. He would have been gross.
That would have been a
For the
really
1,000
good
yards?
shout.
That was a
And even
tough
then,
one.
he played for the Cardinals.
Dominique Rogers-Cromartie played for
I
both.
remember that name. Holy shit. All right, well, we totally botted that. That sucked.
I wonder if people like listening were like, well, it was always Adrian Peterson for the Lions and the Redskins. I guess these guys don't know
You
about.
know they are, dude.
And I'm over here going Dustin Hopkins.
I'm not gonna lie, Lions. I don't think we would have ever gotten Lions and Browns. There was nobody really famous other than Josh McCown. Well, that's been another episode of the Will Be Seeing podcast. We'll be back on Tuesday, and it was always the LSU over.
And it was always the goat whale. Tap in.
And it was never TCU.
And it was always Daniel Carlson kicking 20 from 50 plus. All right,
We'll be seeing.
We'll be.